Hello and welcome to this BMW Hong Kong Derby special, coming to you from the home of the Hong Kong Derby, where this Sunday the 4-year-olds get their chance for once in a lifetime shot at glory.
Riverbird, a mighty good horse and a mighty great win in the Derby.
We thought he was good. He smashed them. Johan Cruyff wins the Derby.
It's Designs on Rome with Abel Friend fighting it out. Designs on Rome with his head in front. He's edging away.
Shoulder to shoulder, a tremendous battle. Werther, it's a sweet taste of victory in the Derby.
Stanley Ho can get anything he wants, but you can't buy this. You must earn it.
Rapid Dragon in front from Pakistan Star. The puzzle now complete.
Keith Mafeed will prevail in the Derby. Keith Mafeed, handled by Douglas White, who makes it back-to-back derbies.
What a great 4-year-old. Vengeance of Rain runs away, wins by 2.
He's running out of time. He's coming now. Golden 60 drives. He's won it.
Two very special guests on the Derby preview show, Sam Agars, the racing rider from the SCMP, and Hong Kong's leading trainer, Pierre. Sam, we'll get to you shortly. Pierre, starting with you, this is the race that every owner in Hong Kong wants to win. Is this the race that you get the most pressure from owners when a new horse comes into the stables? I want to go to the Derby, I want to go to the Derby?
Well, of course, this is the definitely the target for the owners. You know, first season for the young horses to come in to join the Derby. I'm grateful that I got 2 in it this year. So yeah, it is a definitely dream for them to buy horses.
We'll talk more about your two very, very soon, Galaxy Patch and Kaying Generation. Barrier draw, Sam, conducted on Thursday morning. It's just throwing the race wide open.
Certainly has. First 4 in the market have drawn in double figures, and obviously Helios Express is a long-time favourite in 13, and looks like he's going to end up a long way back. So look, there's going to be plenty of angles to the race on Sunday, and certainly that's one of the leading ones.
We can't rule out barrier number 14 for Galaxy Patch because Voyage Bubble was good enough to do it from that gate last year.
And yeah, it came from the back off a slow speed, which Galaxy Patch might be looking to do as well.
So that is one of Pierre's runners, Galaxy Patch, but some facts and figures on the Derby right now. It's the 147th running of the BMW Hong Kong Derby. BMW is sponsoring the race for the last 12 years. 2,000 metres starts just behind us here at Sha Tin. 14 selected 4-year-old runners and $26 million in prize money, making it one of the richest derbies in the world. Of course, Vengeance of Rain, Viva Fataka, Rapid Dragon, Golden 60 and Romantic Warrior. More recently, all Derby winners. On to the field for this year, and we've got Galaxy Patch and Helios Express, the 2 highest rated runners in the race. Elaine Feeling blinkers off, the cheek pieces go on him. Chil Chibi, a big winner from the barrier draws. He comes up with gate 3. Enshoot has a great record course and distance. Massive Sovereign was so impressive on his Hong Kong debut. Speed Dragon, best run so far was in the Classic Mile. Kaying Generation, Group 3 placed over 2,000 metres at the Curragh prior to arriving. Simple Edge has the visor off and the pacifiers with the cowls on. We head now to a preview piece on, if not the favourite, certainly one of the favourites. He's unbeaten in the 4-year-old series. His name is Helios Express, and Nick spoke to Hugh Bowman.
Favourite, way too good. Helios Express has beaten Helene Feeling and Starmac. They hit it. Oh, that's close. Helios Express or Cheng Cheng Glory. There's nothing in it.
Hugh, many thanks for joining us on the eve of the BMW Hong Kong Derby. We're very much in the centre of Hong Kong and very much the heart of the Hong Kong Jockey Club. A wonderful place it is. It's now become your home. And how are you feeling ahead of what's a huge race this season?
Yeah, Nick, it's very exciting, and look, it's just wonderful to be given the opportunity to ride one of the Hong Kong's leading horses, and Helios Express is certainly making his way to that sort of stage. But it's an important race on the Hong Kong calendar. It's a race which I've been fortunate enough to win twice already. But I just have a little bit more feeling about it this year. You know, as you said, calling Hong Kong home now. My family and I have been here for some 18 months, and And also Helios Express has won the 2 lead-up races. Yeah, if we could get a clean sweep, it'd mean a great deal, not only to me but everyone involved.
Indeed. We'll touch on your horse very shortly, but as far as your situation's concerned, obviously those that do follow Hong Kong racing, obviously Fiore, Worthy, your 2 Derby, rich history this. I think first run here back in 1870 something, so way before you and I. But your situation's changed a bit now, obviously with you being based here. How much of a different proposition is it going into a race like this now?
Well, I think, you know, it's such an important race for everyone in Hong Kong, and you know, it's really the holy grail on the calendar. And so, and just, you know, being here and being in the system, it's just a bit more feeling than there was on the previous occasions. But nonetheless, we've got a job to do. We'll try and keep our emotions to one side and yeah, do the job at hand, and hopefully things fall into place for us.
Helios Express, he's won both the Classic Mile. He was tough when winning the Classic Cup. I mean, he doesn't look the straightforward sort of ride, but he's got all the ability. From a rider's perspective, just tell us a little bit more about him.
Well, he's got a lot of ability and he's got a lot of courage, and that was evident in his most recent victory. And what impressed me the most was when he got out, and when I got out and asked him to go, I could feel the effort, and I felt like he was just going to continue to increase. But the second horse, Chen Chen Glory, we started to push him, so it became a real battle. And when I needed more effort, the effort was there. Yeah. And not every horse gives you that. It's very rare. So it gives me a lot of confidence. I think the difficulty for this horse is just getting him to relax and sustain a nice rhythm for the 2,000 metres. If he gets a consistent pace, he'll be okay. It's about just getting him into a nice, smooth rhythm and waiting my turn. And you know, if it does develop into a sprint home, he's got the ammunition to overcome that. If it becomes a real staying test, well, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it won't be lost on you and the team that obviously there are only 2 horses that have actually clean swept this 4-year-old series. Rapid Dragon was wonderful, and sadly we lost him far too soon. And obviously the mighty Golden 60, who's still going. So this horse, I mean, he's getting into that sort of echelon of, you know.
Well, he's a very good horse, yeah. And I can see him developing to a better horse, yeah, you know, in time to come. So I would have thought that his best distance would be 1,600 metres as time goes on, but the Derby's 2,000, and you know, if it's run similarly to the last 2 lead-up races and becomes a sprint home, well, he's going to be sharper than the opposition. Yeah. But it's just about getting that smoothness for the first half and then assessing it from there.
So Hugh looking to clean sweep the series with Helios Express, Sam. He's done everything right but 2,000 metres, and we do know he has been keen through the series.
He certainly has, and especially from that barrier, Huey's going to have to find a way to get him to travel. Look, I think 5 of the last 7 Classic Mile winners have won the Hong Kong Derby, so the form lines are telling, and he's done very little wrong, this horse. So look, it's easy to look at that barrier and the distance and wonder if he can win, but might be a few kicking themselves after the race on Sunday if he just goes out and gets the job done.
It seems very important too, if history is to go by, to be a 100+ rater in the Derby.
Certainly is, Mark. I know Voyage Bubble bucked that trend last year, but if you look down through the years, a triple figure rating's been crucial to winning the Derby, and look, could well be the case again this year.
He was the first drawn out, barrier number 13, so that was the first horse at the draw. Then you've come up with barrier number 14 for Galaxy Patch, Pierre. Obviously not ideal.
Obviously not ideal, but we just have to stick with that plan, trying to get him switched off in the early stage, and get him relaxed and wait till the straight, and hopefully he dash home well.
When did the Derby appear on the radar for Galaxy Patch? Because he's been running over shorter distances, Group 1 placed super in the Queen's Silver Jubilee, and then here you are over 2,000 metres.
I think that comes up after the 1,000 metre race, and it showed that he can stay further, so that's why we run him in the 14. But the Derby race was planned before the Group 1 14, so we just have to go through each race and see how he can perform.
How do you change his preparation for a horse that's raced 1,000, 1,400, then all of a sudden to the extra distance this week? Do you change much with what he does?
I don't change much, just some key change with him. We took the blinkers off. We just have to keep him fit and healthy and keep him happy all the way, and hopefully enjoys it on Sunday.
You've got Blake Shin in town to ride. He knows Shartin very well.
Yeah, he's a very good jockey, have good hands, have good patience on him. So with this type of horse, we just have to get him relaxed and wait for the run. I think he's very suitable for the job.
It's not the first time the name Ung has come into the Derby, Sam, in an unorthodox preparation.
Yes, we're having a look back a little way back to 2002, and Pierre's dad Peter had a horse named Dashing Winner who ran third in a Derby after running second, I think, over 1,200 metres in a Class 1 3 weeks earlier, which is quite similar to what Galaxy Patch is going to try and do after running over that 1,000 metres only 3 weeks ago.
How do you assess Galaxy Patch in this race?
Well, look, I mean, we talked about the rating, and he's just such a classy horse. If Blake can get him to switch off, and there's not too much distance between him and the front runners turning for home, he's got that turn of foot we know. So look, he's certainly one of the leading chances.
Is he the fastest horse in your stable in a straight line speed, or is Mugen slightly quicker?
About the same.
About the same? Yep. So just a matter of how far they've got to make up that ground.
Yeah, it's just how the race plan out, the pace, and they're both a good horse. Hopefully they can run in a good run next season.
You've been happy with him since the Queen Silver Jubilee?
Yes, he put up very well. Obviously his performance is amazing. We just hopefully we can do it again this Sunday.
That is the first part of the BMW Hong Kong Derby preview show. We're heading to a break right now. Only 2 horses so far have been good enough to clean sweep the 4-year-old series. They have been Rapid Dragon and Golden 60.
Pakistan Star, the turbo's been turned on, then Seasons Bloom, Rapid Dragon, Pakistan Star's eating up the ground, Rapid Dragon in front from Pakistan Star, the puzzle now complete, Rapid Dragon takes the Derby from Pakistan Star.
200 to go, Player Del Puente leads, Golden 60's a length away, he's the only danger, Player Del Puente, still a length, Golden 60, he's running out of time, he's coming now, Golden 60 drives, he's won it!
Welcome back to the BMW Hong Kong Derby special. Guests today, Sam Agars and Pierre Ung, but it wouldn't be a racing to win style show without these two. Paul Lally and Tom Wood are here to talk us through the virtual speed map.
At 4:15, the starter Tony Speechley will release the field for the 2024 BMW Hong Kong Derby. They'll head down to the winning post with a lap to run, Paul, and the pace looking a little on the slow side.
It has been in the last couple, so I think he'll go forward, Chang Cheng Glory, and lead the race. But the intrigue is all the favoured runners have drawn wide.
Yeah, let's start with the Helios Express. First time 2,000 metres. He has to go back, doesn't he?
He has to. He needs to settle. So if he doesn't go back, he's going to be in for a really tough run.
Galaxy Patch, he normally goes back as well from a start because he's normally pretty slow out.
Yep, and so I don't think he'll be disadvantaged by the draw at all.
What about Ensued and Helene Feeling? They're drawn side by side. Ensued horse number 5, Helene Feeling horse number 3. What does that pair do?
I think they'll both go forward and they'll be fighting for that place 1 off the lead. I think Helene Feeling will get there first because he's got the gate speed, which means Ensued will either be trapped wide or he's going to have to push on and put extra pace into the race.
You believe that Chang Cheng Glory should be able to get across the face of the field from his stall of Barrier 9?
He's got the best gate speed and I'm sure they're going to go straight to the rail and try and lead this and dictate from the front.
And how much pressure does Beauty Crescent put on him because he's from a stable? They do like to go forward with their horses. Hasn't won yet, but raced up on the pace last time out and boxed on.
He did. So he went a little bit too fast. So I think he'll try and take a sit just in behind the leader, and that'll give him his best chance in the race.
And what about Massive Sovereign? What does Zach Purton do with Massive Sovereign, horse number 7 from Barrier 10? We know he can pretty much relax under all circumstances. Very, very good over 2,000 metres first.
I think he'll go back initially and down the back straight. If the pace isn't there, he's the one that's going to try and put a bit of pace on, and he might make a mid-race move. He won't want to go too slow.
OK, that is the map for the 2024 BMW Hong Kong Derby. Barrier draws key. It's such a short run to the first turn over the 2,000 metres.
The speed map, Pierre, how's it going to suit your pair, Galaxy Patch and Kaying Generation?
Well, for Kaying Generation, we just have to make sure he jumps well, quick enough to get into a more forward position rather than the last start, he was quite at the back, got squeezed from behind. We try to maintain that speed. Hopefully he can hold that position and dictate the pace, and he got the stamina for it for sure. And the other one, we can just leave him alone, switch him off, and hopefully we show him up in the straight.
The barrier draw, I'm sure it's changed a few tactics in the last 24 hours since it came out, Sam.
Certainly. I know, speaking to Alan Aitken, and he said, look, I had my idea of the market, and that's completely going to change now that we know where they've drawn. And look, with Galaxy Patch and Helios Express probably going to be ridden quietly, and Massive Sovereign and Ensured perhaps likely to travel wide, it probably brings horses like Chill Chibi and Helene Feeling, even Chan Chen Glory on speed, with a really nice run. One of those horses can really come into the picture.
We'll talk more about your other horse now, Pierre, Kaying Generation. You mentioned him there in the speed map. He goes to the 2,000 metres again. He placed over that trip in Ireland, and he's won over 2,000 metres. That has to be a plus with so many unknowns, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Winning over this trip before, which he does have the experience for that, and he's a stayer. He can go further as well. So probably after this run, we'll go for further for that.
You took him to Happy Valley for a trial between runs. Was that just a change of scenery thing, just to keep his mind fresh, and were you happy with it?
We just have to make sure he jumps well in the trial. I know he can trial well and get him fit, keep him healthy enough. He's sort of a horse that pretty laid back and have a good temperament with it. So hopefully that stir him up and get ready for the race.
How did you see his chances? He's been a winner in the barrier draw too, barrier number 4, Sam.
Yeah, and as Pierre said, I think he was bumped pretty early in that Classic Cup, and he ended up way back. The start before, when he won with Andrea, he was a lot more handy. So, look, if he can posse up forward of midfield and get a nice run, I think that's certainly going to enhance his chances. He's likely to be one of the outsiders, but look, not without a hope in a slowly run race if he's in a nice spot.
We have to talk about a few of the other runners in the race. Massive Sovereign, you don't see too many better debuts. Straight to 2,000 metres for his first start in Hong Kong.
Oh, it was a huge effort, look, and I guess you look back and you look at the horse's form and the fact Zach, I think he jumped off Simple Hedge perhaps to ride him. But yeah, it just sort of blew everyone away, that effort, and the fact he was able to do it first up over 2,000 metres. And look, I know the speed was on that day and he closed over the top of him, but it's really hard to get away from the thinking that he's going to do it again on Sunday.
It was a very, very dominant win, Pierre. Massive Sovereign.
Yeah, definitely impressive first up for PP to come in and win in Hong Kong for that trip as well. So he'll probably looking for a pretty classy horse in the future.
John Size well represented. We've spoken about Helios Express. Is Ensued somewhat of a forgotten horse? We know a little bit like your one, Kaying Generation. He will run a strong 2,000 metres.
Yes, he does. He got the experience for that, and he's also one of the contender to think of, I think, yeah.
How did you assess him, Ensued? Ryan Moore down to ride against him?
Yeah, obviously he's another one that's drawn wide, and he might find himself in that 3 wide line, but he's proven he can stay. He's another horse that's made a big impact immediately in Hong Kong. He ticks the 2,000 metre box, and John Size, Ryan Moore combination have done it before, so certainly one that you need to consider.
It's a great race, and Nick has been out and about to speak to a few of the connections, jockeys and trainers, owners, just about everybody with a few of the other runners.
Zach, Massive Sovereign, huge weekend coming up, of course, the BMW Hong Kong Derby. You've got a very nice ride by the looks of things, of course, and just going back to that debut performance in Hong Kong, it takes a special horse to do that.
Yeah, it's not easy to do what he did, of course. Hadn't been done for 25 years, but he's a horse that seemed to take everything in his stride, and we felt he'd possibly be able to handle it, and he did.
What was quite telling, Zach, obviously, from that first run and win was just a sharp turn of foot for a horse at the end of 2,000. He really did put it to bed quickly, didn't he?
Went past a lot of tight horses. When horses are hitting the wall after doing a bit of work, and you sit out the back, do no work and come around them, it can sometimes be visually a little bit deceiving, but he let down nicely, and he's going to have to be a little bit better again this weekend.
Yeah, look, we took a bold move and ran him out of the handicap in the lead-ups, which got him in the Derby off his low rating, and he's beaten and competed very well without winning against all the top 4-year-olds in Hong Kong. And the tempos in the lead-ups have been against him, and probably the distance. But now he gets to 2,000, and with a few good horses drawn out wide, I hope it's a even tempo in the Derby, not one of these muddling races. If it's even tempo, he'll be right in the finish.
Well, I just like the fact that he's pretty uncomplicated, and he's a very genuine horse. He's got a lot of upside. I think he's pretty unexposed here in Hong Kong. And we probably lack the class of those top ones, but where we lack the class, we have the sort of tactical advantage of being able to do a few more things than them, you know, and I believe he'll get the trip too. So a few things are tipping the scales in our favour, and we'll need his absolute best and more. But yeah, we'll be giving it a good shot.
I imagine when you ride for a stable like Francis Law, you can always be pretty confident. Obviously, you would know perhaps, well, one of your very tough rivals in Cheng Glory. I mean, you certainly would give him every chance, I'm sure, as well.
Yeah, sure, and I think he's landed in what would be a good gate for him as well. Yeah, look, riding for Francis is always a pleasure, and they'll be spot on the day. So pleased with his work leading up into it, and putting a line through the last run. His classic mile run was huge, so lots to look forward to.
Yeah, it's all about securing that nice position throughout the race, and then just hoping that the gallop isn't too slow. So especially for my horse, he's a real out-and-out stayer, and he's going to want the pace. So far, from what I've felt, he's a lovely horse. He's a very big horse, long stride, and clearly wants every bit of this trip.
You'd know exactly what it would take to win London Gold Cups around Newbury and obviously run big races at Royal Ascot. I mean, the fact he's got the class and this sort of trip, do you think that might well bring out the best in him?
For sure. That London Gold Cup at Newbury always turns out nice horses, and subsequently went to run a very good run and defeat at Ascot after that. So he's clearly a classy horse, and he's going to just be better with time. Yeah, his form's certainly, in my mind, good enough to be very competitive here. And as I said, the distance is no issue at all.
Andy Young, owner of Helios Express, what an exciting weekend you've got coming up. You've got the winner of the first 2 legs of the 4-year-old series. You must be struggling to contain your excitement ahead of the weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled to be in this race. You know, I'm a young owner. This is my second horse, and to be here is just a great privilege and honor. Sadly, I didn't do the horse any favors today, but I'm still very hopeful that he'll do a fantastic job on race day.
Not far off the end of the show now, boys. Bottom line, Pierre, you're happy with your 2?
Oh, definitely. Galaxy Patch put up very well from the good 114, and first trip in 2000, we just hoping he had a good run, and if he runs top 3, I'll be very happy. And the other one, perfect. He had a good trial in Happy Valley. He pulls up very sound and looks much more fitter than the last run. So his best distance, or he'll be capable of doing something as well.
We need a tip. We won't ask you, Pierre, but obviously a dead heat between your 2 would be perfect result for the stable.
Yes, definitely.
You can tip those, Sam. Who do you like?
I'm going to stick with Massive Sovereign. I just can't get away from him. I think if Zach can find some cover from that wider gate and just posit him up somewhere in midfield, I think he can finish over the top of him. And I think Unbelievable might be one that could be over the odds. I think he was a sneaky good run in the Classic Cup. A little bit of extra distance will be perfect for him, and I thought he might be one that could surprise.
And the man on board, Harry Bentley's riding really well.
He is, yeah. He's come back from his little suspension. All guns blazing, Harry. It's been good to see.
Great to have you both here. Enjoy Sunday.
Thank you.
Best of luck on Sunday.
Thank
Pierre.
you.
That has been the BMW Hong Kong Derby show, looking at the diary about what is happening right here at Sha Tin. The opening performance with MC Chung as at 11:45 local time. Trackside live from 12:15. You will see the Derby, race number 7 at 4:15, live streamed on the website hkjc.com. We thank you for your company. This has been the BMW Hong Kong Derby Special.